that our voice is being heard and respected in those spaces.
What's taking you too long to endorse presidential candidate from another political shed?
Ordinarily, how long does it take? Endorsement cannot be a ritual. Endorsement must be deliberate, must be protracted, must be discussed, must be a point of conviction. And when the National Council of the DF sat and made a resolution to say that we have not endorsed anybody, but we are observing and listening to opposition candidates, and we would, if necessity arises, we shall endorse one of them, the one that will speak to our aspirations as a party, the one that will speak to the kind of issues that inhibited our participation at the presidency. And if that chance arises, we would endorse that person.
Yeah, but it's 3 weeks down the road, and it's quite odd that 3 weeks down the road, you're yet to identify a person who aligns with the aspirations of your political party.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Are you able, in your position, to enlist key positions of each of those candidates they have articulated on the campaign trail? Are you alive to the articulation of key governance issues over the last 3 weeks? Because it's very, very important that we do not turn politics into a ritual. Politics and politicians must be serious about what they tell people. And as the DF, we do not think, and we insist to say, that if no one does articulate the views we think should be articulated, we would leave it. We are not under obligation. We are not obligated to endorse anyone. It's our space, and when we think it's right to do so, we'll do it. It's not a crime for us to endorse no one.
Okay, it's 3 weeks down the road. How do you gauge the momentum, the messaging, and the pulse of the nation?
Unfortunately, Simon, I'll disappoint you that I read, I follow media, electronic and written print. I even follow candidates across the trail. I am failing to pick the real gist of what is driving the various agenda of the different opposition candidates. And that puts us in a bit of a problem. And that speaks to the kind of concerns we had hitherto, these nominations, on the side of the opposition. That the opposition is going to the polls without a clear message, without a unifying message, without clarity of intention, without a rallying message to the people that want to see a different face in State House. And therefore, you wait and see and say, okay, let's wait and hear them on the trail. And on the trail, the little I have heard, trading of accusations, incriminating, insulting, all sorts of things. Probably.
Maybe you're selective in your hearing.
No, probably to the credit, I'm speaking, to the credit of a few candidates, like probably Geno Muntu. The CP candidate says something that is incoherent, and you could see he needs a lot of time for him to have his message across. My brother Chagulanyi speaks beleaguered and unable to coherently put across the issues that he wants the country to hear from him. And you're like, so then how do we consolidate these scattered messages to rally the rank and file floor of the opposition? Because, truth be told, across the years, opposition to government has been growing geometrically. But the consolidation of this growth of opposition into a coherent outfit, into a united front, has become a problem. And I worry that if the key opposition candidates do not get back and look themselves into a big mirror and listen to themselves, or probably accept to be advised on what they're doing, we could leave the trail worse off than we were as the opposition.
Okay, do you imagine that President Museveni is further consolidating while, as you argue, the opposition sounds beleaguered, scattered, and incoherent?
Well,
Is Museveni gaining more ground?
I don't think that General Museveni is gaining ground. He's actually consolidating because he knows where he has support and he knows where he doesn't have support. And it's the business of the opposition to think about it. And it's our job to know of the opposition to new territory, which gives the ruling party, which is the state party, an opportunity to consolidate, so to speak.
Yeah, but while you talk about selection of candidates and having a countrywide appeal, the National Unity Platform, for which you credit yourself to have been one of the founders, recently came out with the list of their candidates, and it actually prompted a new debate into the elites and the populists. How do you weigh into this, the whole circus around this debate?
First of all, I don't speak for the NUP.
Yes.
And I do not determine their ideological orientation, which includes their selection of leaders across the country. So I am most hesitant to delve into the quality of candidates they selected. That's their business. Probably that satisfies the agenda to which I'm not a party to. So it's not fair for you to ask me to evaluate the quality of their candidates.
Yes, but
choice.
One of the things that have stood out prominently is vindictiveness, what some people have chosen to call vindictiveness from the party towards people who seem to be inclined towards Mpuga.
I am not aware of personable persons. But you see, you don't have to drink the whole sea, Simon, to know that it's salty. A little taste of the waters, a little sip, will tell you that this is salty water, this is a salty sea. And therefore, any politician out there would have known better what they're dealing with. And therefore, it was their business to, early in time, to understand that probably this group we have availed a platform.
There is a bit of awkwardness where you're looking at recruiting people who feel disenfranchised by the National Unity Platform instead of the National Resistance Movement.
Did I say from the NUP alone? That's your statement because you want me to discuss NUP, which I have declined. I am only saying we have, any party will recruit from anywhere, and make no mistake, we have recruited from the NRM. You want me to enlist the recruits from NRM? We have recruited from across parties. Ordinarily, we would have loved to begin on a clean slate, but we work at the moment with what is available as a young party. So we will continue to grow our presence, recruiting young people and orienting them to our ideology. That will take time. But in the space of 3 months after our formation, we needed to get somewhere, and therefore we had to buy into the existing and then reorient them to our thinking, and we are satisfied with our progression.
There is a strong belief that while you're just a young party that's just come onto the political block, you're looking more towards the 2026 polls. And no wonder you're going around the country to prepare for the next polls that you have derided for a while.
Which polls are you talking about?
The election, the forthcoming election.
Simon, we have done, you see, 4 weeks ago, a month ago, the party outed, the DF outed, what they called the minimum political agenda.
Right.
And it was properly